gotta fight for me, all right? You gotta fight. Who did this to you? Who did this to you?
Kevin Collins.
Lucy.
It was absolutely amazing.
There's nothing I love more than making love to you.
Doug, I've missed being close to you like this. I've missed it so much.
Me too.
I was really scared, you know. I thought maybe...
Shh. Lucy, you couldn't lose me any more than I could lose you. We're a part of each other. We always have been. Always will be.
I know.
You never have to be scared again, Lucy. Because I'll never leave you alone again.
I just called Victor and Mary's, and I talked to the girls, and I wished them very sweet dreams.
Did you tell them I missed them?
Yes, of course I did. And guess what Christina asked me to do? She asked me to give her daddy a great, big, fat kiss goodnight.
Oh, well, we have to make good on that.
Oh, I think we should. Yeah. Oh, do you know how wonderful it is to see you smile like that?
Well, I'm glad you like it because I don't think I could quit if I tried.
Well, that makes two of us. So what should we call ourselves? Some sort of smiley fools?
I'm serious, Lucy. I don't think I've been this happy since... I can't remember when. I think I could be the luckiest man in the world. Everything's starting to feel right again, isn't it? On every level.
Yeah, it feels like we're really finally starting to get back on track, like it was.
Whoever that is, drop kick them and then tell them to go away.
Okay, I'll kick him in the head. I'll be right back. Don't move. Just stay right there. Don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. Andy, hi. What can I do for you this evening?
Sorry to bother you so late, Mrs. Collins, but I need to speak with your husband.
You need to speak with Kevin. Why?
I'd like to ask him a few questions.
What kind of questions?
It's about the prostitute he was accused of assaulting.
We were told she was dropping all the charges.
Right, and she has every intention of leaving town, from what we understand.
Right, that may have been her plan, but unfortunately, she never got the chance.
What does that mean?
She was timed pretty badly.
What?
Yeah, it seems when she was questioned, she mentioned your name, Dr. Collins.
You're saying this happened tonight?
Yeah, we don't have an exact time, but sometime tonight.
Well, of course, you come right to me.
She did mention your name, Dr. Collins, and you did hurt her once before.
You know about that. That was when he wasn't himself and he was sick.
You said she was beaten. It's possible she was delirious. That has to be it. I haven't seen her since I was hospitalized.
Why don't you just tell us exactly what happened?
All right, well, we don't have a lot of details. All we know is somebody found this girl dumped in an alley, bleeding to death from a beating. They called 911 and the paramedics rushed her to GH. That's where she mentioned Dr. Collins' name.
She mentioned his name. Okay, then what?
Then nothing. She lost consciousness.
Who did she mention my name to?
Dr. Thornhart.
Oh.
Yeah, he was questioning her about what had happened.
Was anyone else in the room at the time?
No.
Really?
I just need to ask you a few questions.
This is so ridiculous. He had nothing to do with this.
Look, I'm not accusing him of anything.
What? No, you know what? I want a lawyer here. I want an attorney present if you're going to do this.
Lucy, it's all right. I don't have anything to hide. What do you want to know?
Well, for one thing, I need you to account for your whereabouts tonight.
And you're not accusing him of anything,
It's
right?
okay. It's not a problem. I've been here all night long with my wife.
And you'll confirm that, Mrs. Collins?
Yes, of course I'll confirm that. He's not lying.
I'm sorry I have to ask these questions.
This is crazy. Doc would never do anything like that. He had nothing to do with this.
Well, like I said, it happened once before.
But Andy, it doesn't make any sense. The woman dropped all the charges. She was leaving town. Think about it. What reason could she... He wouldn't hurt her. Why? Why? Think about it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
You don't need to find out anything. We can prove my husband's innocence.
Look, a wife giving her husband an alibi isn't exactly a proof of innocence.
It sounds like Dr. Thornhart's made quite a case against me. He has you convinced I'm guilty.
Okay, wait. Let's just do this. Andy, why don't we take Kevin down to General Hospital right now?
Why would I do that?
Because when we talk to the girl, we can prove that he's innocent. She can say, Kevin definitely did not have anything to do with this. Doc, I think this is a good idea. We can take care of this, clear your name once and for all right now.
Right. Right, that ought to do it.
Andy, listen to me. You'll see. This whole thing will be cleared up.
That's if this girl comes too.
She will. She has to.
Dr. Citrano to X-ray. Dr. Tracy Citrano to X-ray.
Lucy, her BP is 82 systolic.
Dopamine. 22 mics, still titrating up. Her lungs are more diminished.
Keep an eye on her, Chris. I'll be right back.
Collins, what are you doing here?
We're here to talk to the victim, Doc. Is she able?
No, she's not able. She's barely hanging on. Why isn't the psychopath locked up?
Ian,
Look,
wait,
we have
please.
no real proof Dr. Collins has done anything.
The woman said his name. What more do you need?
Who else heard it?
You saying I'm making this up?
I'm saying there's no reason for her to use my name because I had nothing to do
Well,
with
then
this.
prove it. You don't even have an alibi, do you?
He does. He has an alibi.
What, he was with you?
Yes.
Lucy, she could die in there.
He was with me. You have to believe me.
I don't believe you. I think he was out there beating up on that poor woman. That's what I think.
He was not doing that. He was at home all night making love to his wife.
I'm not sparing us any detail as to how the two of you spend your evening, but that really doesn't prove anything because we don't know when you attacked her.
So you say you found her unconscious?
That's right.
And no one else happened to hear her except you.
That's what I said to you.
Ian, please,
Lucy,
wait.
save it. He's not listening. Boy, that's a clever one, Ian. I have to hand it to you.
Excuse me?
It's obvious to me what you're doing. You're looking for any excuse you can find to pin this on me.
You think I'm gonna go after an innocent man? That's what you're saying?
I think a man after my wife would do anything to get me out of the way.
All right, enough, all right? Out of both of you.
But you don't see what he's doing?
What I see is we're not going to learn anything here tonight. All right, there are a couple more questions I'll need you to answer, Dr.
I've already
Collins.
told you everything I know.
We can either do it here or we can do it down at the station. It's your call.
Fine.
Ian, please. Please think about what you're doing. Don't you see that if you go through with this, you're going to send Kevin to jail for a very long time?
Me think about it. Me think about it. This woman could die in there, and your husband is responsible. And you went to bed with him. You made love with that animal just hours after. You think about that.
Sorry, Doc, but I can't bring Kevin in without some hard evidence.
He's free to go. He can go.
Yes.
Dr. Martinez, 5.
Andy, do me a favor. I know you have your rules and regulations, but just let's hang out a little longer. If she comes through, maybe she can explain something.
From what you docs are saying, it doesn't look like she's going to make it.
Excuse me, Detective. I think you might want to step inside.
Oh, my gosh. It's a miracle.
Certainly appears to be just that.
How else would you explain such a complete recovery?
So it's okay if I ask her a few questions?
See why not? Excuse me.
I'm Detective Capelli. Now, I know you've been through a lot, but there's one question I want to ask you. Is this man, Dr. Kevin Collins, the person who attacked you? Jenny, is Dr. Collins the one who did this to you?
Do you remember mentioning Kevin Collins' name when they brought you in here?
Did Dr. Collins beat you up?
Not this time. This time it was Benny.
Who's Benny?
My pimp. He got mad at me when he found out I was blown out of town.
Would you feel more comfortable if you waited outside? Andy, come on.
You heard what the lady said, Doc. It wasn't Kevin. Dr. Collins, thank you for your time.
You're entirely welcome, Detective. Anything to get to the truth.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to call into the station about this, but what I'd like to do is come back and get your information about this Benny who attacked you. Okay?
Dr. Chin, cardiologist. Dr. Mark Chin, cardiologist.
I knew it. I knew you had nothing to do with that one.
Foster to pharmacy. Dr. Frank
Ian?
Foster to pharmacy.
What have you got?
We've located Jenny's pimp, Benny.
And?
Jenny's story checks out. He had bruised knuckles, no alibi, and plenty of cash.
Fine, then the case is closed.
Thanks for acting so quickly.
Sure.
Excuse me.
Looks like all's well that ends well, huh?
Yeah.
Dr. Hayes to podiatry. Dr. Michael Hayes to podiatry. Dr. Gaines to the pharmacy.
Sorry this happened to you, Jenny. But I have to make sure that no one learns of my part in this. Is that clear?
Told the cop the truth. My pimp beat me up. They're not coming after you for that.
I'm not talking about your latest beating. I'm talking about our agreement, Jenny. You were supposed to leave town.
As soon as I get out of here, I'm gone. No one's ever gonna find out you paid me all that money to drop the charges and leave town. Never. It's our secret.
Dr. Holland to ICU. Dr. Kathleen Holland to ICU.
You find a way to vanish.
You'll never hear from me again. I'm really sorry someone called the cops.
I'll handle them. But I don't want anyone connecting me to you ever again.
Don't worry, Dr. Collins. You have my word. I won't cause you any more trouble.
Dr. Campbell, physical therapy. Dr. Brad Campbell,
Hey,
physical therapy.
you okay? Tell you what, why don't we go home? This nightmare's over with. You were pretty quiet on the way home. Is everything all right?
It was just a terrible night, and I'd really like to forget the whole thing happened.
Yeah, you and me both. You know, it's Ian's fault that this happened.
No, that is not true.
Really? Well, he sure jumped to conclusions about me, and he couldn't wait to send the police to our door. Guess he'll never accept that I've actually gotten better, and that I'm back with my wife. Not that Ian has ever respected anyone's marriages, though.
That's enough.
Oh, come on. We both know why he did this. He'd pull any trick in the book to get me out of the way because he wants you for himself.
Kevin, please don't.
You know, if I'm not there, it's an open road to you. That's what he's thinking. Then he'll have his big chance. You know, I can't believe that just a couple of days ago I was thanking him for being such a good friend to you. Man's a hypocrite.
Stop it. I want you to stop it right now because Ian is not to blame.
Lucy, he's the reason we went through this today.
No, he isn't. You are. You're the hypocrite. I know what you did. I heard what you said to that woman in the hospital.